Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be finally doing a video that's been very highly requested. A lot of people have been asking me how I do my Velcro rollers in my hair to get a really nice bouncy blow dry look. So that's why we have very messy hair right now. I'm going to be doing a tutorial for you guys. I washed my hair earlier and I had some lunch and kind of took my time, so that's why most of it is quite, well, yeah, these bits are all dry at the front here, but it's still quite wet at the back there, as you can see. So I think that's probably the perfect kind of wetness you'd need. I use mousse to put in my hair. It's my mother's and it's the Bristol's Volume and Body mousse. So basically you just put it in, and because I always thought, oh, I don't want it to make my hair greasy, but it just makes it hold more. I thought, like, the first time I did it, I was like, that didn't work. But then when I took the rollers out the second time after using these, I was like, whoa, it felt like they were hairsprayed without even using hairspray. I was like, whoa. So use this, and also you might want to use a wee bit more if your hair's a bit dry. So you're gonna go ahead and do that. It always like comes out the end there, and you're just gonna wanna get it right on there in these oh my gosh, this is going everywhere, it's going on the floor. I did though realise, I think obviously because you've got product in your hair, when I needed to wash my hair a bit quicker, like, you know, in the next couple of days after this, because it did feel like there was some product in my hair, but as you can see there, it has made it a wee bit like damper, definitely. So once that's in, just give it a wee brush through, and you're gonna want to start with the hair dryer. A little disclaimer, I am very not good at like using a blow dryer, like a brush and the hairbrush at the same time, you know, one of those roller brushes. So I do it in a slightly different way than you're supposed to do, but it's just easier for me. But the thing is, I don't keep blow drying it until I get that curl, because that's what the rollers are there for. So you're just kind of wanting to keep it to get a little bit of a bend, and then the rollers are there for it. That's just heating them up for it. So I got this extra large hair clip from Tesco, but we're just using it to section your hair. So you're just gonna want to start from the bottom. I always go just above my ears and get it right up. So you've got, this is going to be the weirdest angles ever, by the way. So you've got just a nice line here, and it's not too much at the bottom, but it's a decent amount. You've got the two sections here. This is where it gets exciting. You will need two roller brushes, bristle brushes. If you've got just normal thick hair, use the thicker one, but I use this thinner one for my bangs. We're gonna get the hair dryer out. Bloody hell. I don't use as high a setting, because since I'm constantly putting it on, I don't want it to really just damage it. I probably should use like a heat protector spray. I've never used one, I'm not gonna lie, I don't plan on it. So nobody come at me for that. So basically, obviously I can't talk over the hair dryer. So you're literally, I sometimes, since these sections are quite thin, I just take it all at once, sometimes split it. But the aim of it is, you're just gonna want to keep turning the brush like that and bringing it down, and keep rolling it, bringing it down while the hair dryer is underneath here, if you get me. Ugh. And then eventually your hair should curl. And also, disclaimer, there should be a nozzle on here. You know, the proper way to do it would be with the nozzle with the thin spout bit. I can do that on other people with the spout thing, no problem. On myself, it's a completely different story, so I actually don't use that. I just quickly changed into a t-shirt because it is definitely going to get hot in here, so best to do that before the rollers go in. So like I said before, this is literally the most you'll need for a wee like curl, so more than enough for the rollers. These are annoying me. I bought a heap of these Velcro rollers from Amazon, and it was an amazing purchase. I think I got 2 packs of 10, and I also got a pack of about 100 or 50 clips to put in them, because I feel even though they're Velcro ones, they're supposed to, they obviously stick to your hair anyway. I just feel like securing it with a clip makes them last so much longer. So I think for the bottom, you'd probably, it depends obviously how big you want them. My hair is obviously really thick for these as well. I think this is like a large size or maybe even like on an extra large. I think I'm still going to split it in two. To measure it, you don't want your hair to be like sticking out of both ends. That's how you know that it's too long. So when rolling it, you are going to want to have, sorry, this is a really awkward angle, I'm literally looking into like my phone. You're going to want to have your roller and your bit of hair, and we're not putting it on top and going upwards, we are putting it underneath and rolling under like this, always underneath your hair. So you're going to want to pop it on. Sometimes I just like to drag it down so I know that it's all on. Flick it in and just roll up. And you're gonna, sometimes the hair might poke out, but just gently brush it back on. And it should be sitting quite comfortably at the back of your neck there. Really hold it in tight and then get some of your clips to put it in. Section of hair, this one's a bit easier to see because it's at the front. Roller right underneath, dragging it down so you can then roll it back up. Always keep it nice and tight, and then it just sits nicely under your ear. I always feel when you're clipping it, it is good obviously to clip the hair onto the clip just like this, but also clipping it onto a section of your hair that's like at the root, if you know what I mean, so it actually keeps the roller to your head rather than it just slipping down. There's going to be a lot of camera angles changing here, so I do apologise for how probably messy this video is going to look, but it's the best way to get the good angles for you guys. So this is what we have going on here. I'll do a little spin on my chair. Can I do that? Oh my god, can I do that? I'm going to do a full 360 view here. A little spin, spin, spin. Hey, this is fun. Also, I definitely want to point out that I am by no means a hairdresser, okay? So nobody please come for me for what I'm doing. Like I said at the start, this is a way that suits me and suits how I get my best outcome, and I've had a lot of comments saying please show me how to do it, so that is what I'm doing. This is where it kind of gets a wee bit complicated because you've got rollers in and you're trying to take sections down at the same time. I think that's why I then tend to stick to doing it by sides. So I've taken this side down here and I'll just twist it back up again. I apologise for that being like the most chaotic video ever, but we've achieved a little flick here and that's all I'm gonna go by. I just did the ones at the back here off camera because I tried to do them on camera and I didn't even have a mirror to look in because I turned my chair around and it was a bit of a stress. So I think when it comes to maybe my last layer, I'll try and show you the back ones because they're a bit easier to understand. Definitely recommend though, if you are doing rollers for a night out or something, give yourself plenty of time. That's all I'm gonna say. So that side is done, as we can see here, really pinned in, and I'm gonna be doing the other side off camera. Would just like to say, let's appreciate this bounce we have going on here. I feel like the further up the hair you go, the more used to it you are and the easier it is to do because it's smaller sections. Actually not really, because the first section was quite small, but yeah, great. Second section done. We're looking rather crazy. Last one down. This angle does look a bit silly, but I've tried to pop it down so I can show you guys the back. You're going to want to take the section of hair, sorry, hold it right up here and this looks so silly. Take your roller, drag it right up as you normally would do for any other section, but obviously right now we're having to drag it up instead of dragging it down. Lined it up and you're just gonna roll, roll, roll down. Just like so. So now all we have left is my bangs. Obviously not everyone's got them, so if you don't have them, you know, you just keep going this way, going backwards until all your hair is rolled. But for the bangs, what I find is most people, if they just, because I put rollers in my hair every single morning just in the bangs if I'm going to do something, just so they can sit nicely, because you know, as nice as they are, they do take a lot of like attention and styling and everything. They don't just sit nicely. So when I do that though, I still do it the same way backwards and roll, the same as this hair. but I have obviously seen like a lot of people, you know, do have their bangs rolled backwards like this, which is totally optional as well. But the reason I like to do it this way, the underneath way, is because when I take them out, they definitely do stick out a lot, but then it gives them that big volume and then they kind of curve in. But sometimes I only feel that it does that with freshly washed hair. So if you just do it, if you do it with normal hair, I feel like anyways fine, and I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't really last long for me. That's because I don't do it properly. But if I do it with freshly washed hair, the volume is unreal with this. Almost, there we go. Now for this one, since my hair is very, very, very slightly off the centre parting, there's more hair in this bang. I like to roll it slightly to the side. Then you're going to want to hairspray it. I use the Got To Be Glued. I know obviously this hairspray is literally like a glue, as it says, so not like, people don't really like to do as much, but I just really like to ham it on because it really does make a difference for afterwards. This is the exciting part. Now we wait. I am going to go ahead and do my makeup as if I was getting ready, you know, for a night out, because I would do my rollers, then the makeup, obviously. So I will do that and then I will show you how to take them out and I will tell you how long I've waited for. Usually it's probably like an hour, over an hour, it depends. Okay, I fully had the intentions of doing a full-on like night out glam for you guys, but I'm not gonna lie, with rollers in, it's very difficult to do makeup. So I literally sat on my phone for ages and then I ended up making some TikToks and I did put some makeup on, but literally the bare minimum. You want to blast your hair with a hair dryer, your rollers, for a good like 5-10 minutes, just because it's the last bit of heat that, you know, gets on them and it just kind of, it's like a kind of like a finishing touch almost. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now. That's that done. I'm just gonna start by taking out some of the metal clips along the bottom. Also hope that these have turned out as good as I'm making out to be. It's time to taking them out. You don't want to sit and unroll them. You literally just want to grab them by the ends and just pull. And then it should be, okay, that was a really bad example because the camera hasn't even included it. You can kind of just pick and choose where you want it to go. This one's deciding to go outwards. That's great. When I grab them by the sides, I end up, it's quite sore because they're quite like sharp. So I sometimes just put my fingers in it and then just pull it. Also, the aim with the rollers, a lot of people think that it will get your hair so curly as if you've like curled it with a wand. Like, that's not the case. So if you think you're going to be getting that outcome, just don't think it, because you'll get really disappointed. If you see what I mean with my bangs, obviously they're proper like sticky outy like this. I feel like that is a much better impact than if they were curled upwards. After, you can kind of just play about with it, get it all through your fingers. So this is what we have going on here. It's super, super bouncy. Probably don't recommend brushing through it because it might just ruin what you've already got. This outcome's definitely a lot different than my usual ones. This one's a bit more just kind of like crazy volume. My other one was more almost like curls almost. It looked a bit more even, but I'm actually really rating this. It's like super bouncy and it's almost kind of like 70s-ish, so I really like that. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and we all enjoyed watching it. Word of advice, just buy the rollers. Definitely recommend. It'll just like change your hair game. Obviously I do benefit from having thicker hair, so I feel like maybe it holds a wee bit more. So as usual, just follow my Instagram and like and subscribe, and I will see you guys for another one. Bye.